Okay, this is done. Hey guys, I just printed the motion for my divorce case. Yes, because I help you guys with your divorce journeys, with how to cope with the craziness, the abuse, the emotional stress of a divorce, how to pick a lawyer if you need a lawyer, if it's the right decision, how to handle the children. I help you with all this stuff and also with the legal education, but I do this stuff for myself too. So I preach what I say. It's not like that I don't have a first-hand experience with what I help you with. So because I'm doing this motion now for myself, I thought that I could record this and make a video so I can explain you and teach you how to make a motion. This is in New Jersey, so what you're gonna listen here is valid in New Jersey. In other state it may and it will work a little bit different, so but you still can learn something from here. But make sure that you check on your state or your county website, court website, that you have the most current information and material and templates. And even also in New Jersey, make sure that the material that you get is current and to the current law. So this is current now because I just prepared this and still in the process on distributing all this stuff to everybody, courts and myself. And so it's current to August 2024. This is current, but I mean, if you watch this video later on when you start, make sure that you check on the website that the information and templates that you are using are current. So this is a motion. This is not a divorce. We can help about how to file a divorce as well, but this is a motion. Motion is not a divorce. When you start a divorce, you file something that it's called the complaint in some state or petition of divorce. And then after you do the litigation between you guys, then the judge will prepare something for you that we friendly call it the divorce decree, but in New Jersey it's called the final judgment of divorce. So this is a paper with the judge seal and stamp and signature on it, and that's what makes you divorce finally. But after divorce you still need to handle some stuff. And in general, divorce is a lawsuit. Also in a regular lawsuit, you may need to make some changes along the way after everything looks finalized, but you may need to make some change. You may need to tell the court, hey, he's not respecting the agreements, so let's involve the court to solve this stuff. This stuff, you ask help with the court through a motion. That's what a motion is like. You move, motion means you take an action to make some change or make some to bring something to the attention of the court. So okay, this is not my first motion actually. This is pretty look nice, right? This is not the thickest motion that I've done. The previous motion was almost this thick, was like 400 sheets of paper, and for one copy. So consider that you need to send 2 copies to the other attorneys, 1 to the court and 1 to keep yourself. Was 4 times this stuff here, so it's a lot of stuff. This is already mailed of the new motion to my ex, and this is I need to give it to the court, and then I need to print another one of this for myself. So it's a process. But you can do. I'm doing by myself. I think that the average person can do by themselves, let alone you guys that you're very smart. So you don't need to spend money with lawyer, because when I did my other motion, I again represent myself. I prepare everything myself. It took some time. I took a couple of weeks working almost every night, few hours to understand how to do it and to make sure that because you don't want to mess up. So you double check, triple check, quadruple check, and then you find a mistake and you print something again. So it takes some time, but you can do it, but you save a lot of money. My ex, that was the recipient actor of my other motion, she decided to get the help of a lawyer, and they want me to pay $7,000 to lawyer. But she paid. I didn't pay their legal fee, and she paid almost $7,000 to her lawyer. So you may want to make sure that you get your right enforced and protected through a motion, but without spending money with a lawyer. And let me just do some housekeeping. My name is Franco. I am a divorce coach and I help you guys with this kind of advice and support, not just about the lawyers, but also how to cope with the sadness of divorce and decision, and how to help the children to recover very well from the divorce. So I'm not a lawyer by choice. This is not legal advice. It's just for educational purpose and to make you do stuff by yourself, but it's not legal advice. If you think that you want to make, you need the legal advice, then you're welcome to call a lawyer, hire a lawyer, spend $7,000 for a motion and a lot more for a divorce from scratch, and good luck with that. But I mean, let's try. I would recommend let's try other way. Then if it doesn't work, or if with my help you understand that it's very complicated, I can recommend to use a lawyer. But this here in this video is not legal advice. So again, how is a motion? So I downloaded this. This is the blank part of the the sheet. I downloaded this from the website. The PDF contains these blank forms that are editable actually, and also the PDF also contains, I didn't print it, but also contains a lot of page of instructions. It's more instruction than the forms themselves, and it's important. The instruction can be a little bit tedious to go through, but they're understandable. Maybe you need to read it twice or 3 times and make sure that you go through the checklist, but at the end of the day, it's something that you can handle for sure. How a motion is structured. So, see, they structure this in forms: form A, form B, form C, this form D, form H, a lot of forms here. And they go in order. So let's go one by one. The first one is the form A. It's called the notice to motion. This is basically a letter that you send to the other party and say, hey, I need to make some change or to get some right enforced. I need to do something, and I'm telling the court that I'm calling you to the court. So notice to motion, notice to that I'm taking action against you. So again, the thing that you can ask could be continuation, termination of child support, increase, decrease, change of visitation arrangement, reconsideration, enforce litigant rights when somebody is not doing what they're supposed to do, and other stuff like I'm moving to another place, or I moved to another place, so you need to use another judge for this stuff. So this is in the wrong place. This is the form A, notice of motion. The form B is the certification in support of a motion. The certification in legal language means something that you state basically under oath. I mean, you state as true to the best of your knowledge. So this is where you tell the judge, say, hey judge, I need to make this change, the same list here. And then the second part, you explain why. Of course, I mean, rarely you can explain in few lines, and sometimes you attach more pages to this form B to say, okay, you explain the background, we had this agreement. I had to visit the children this number of weeks, but she's never available when I want to be with the kids, so I need you to make sure that so you explain why you're mad about you. I mean, in a polite way. So this is the notice. What did I put? The notice of motion is a letter that you send to the other party. It's like you talk to your ex, and the certification in support of motion, you talk to the judge. All these forms go to everybody, so you send everything to the your ex and everything to the court, so everybody knows what everybody is talking about. The form C, it's called the proposed order. Proposed order is like you write like you were the judge. Say, hey, okay, if this is accepted, then my ex need to do this, give me money, give me the children, take the children, pay some stuff, whatever you ask the court to do. So the judge, if the judge accepts everything, will sign under here, will stamp, and this will be actually the real piece of paper that will be the final official paper. So you prepare the paperwork for that. So the judge sometimes can make changes or just can use a different, draft it from the scratch, and so they will do. They will prepare their own paperwork. They will prepare the actual order. So again, Form A, you say you're telling something to your ex. Form B, you are telling something to the judge. Form C, the judge, you prepare it, but the judge is telling to everybody what to do. Okay. So this is the main factor. So if there is something that is related to child support or alimony, child support or alimony, spousal support, instead of Form C, you don't use the Form C as an order. You use this other order. This is called USSO. USSO, it's a USSO, Uniform Summary Support Order. This is also a court order as well as the Form C. But this is already prepared that it's specific for money, basically. Okay, so if it's something about child support, you use this. Now, I'm preparing this motion because I need to start my ex to pay child support. I have full custody of my children and I'm keeping the children for more time than we agreed with. I'm not mad about it, but it's a little bit sad because the children need to see also the mother because, God gave us two parents. So she's not doing it, so I'm asking her for money, basically, because it's not for me. It's money that can be used by the children if we get it. Now, because she moved to another country, so I need to file a motion for this. But if you both live in New Jersey, you don't need to file a motion to the court. It works differently in the borders of the New Jersey state, because that is handled by another office that it's called, custodial office that in New Jersey is called probation department, I guess. Probation department, that they handle the child support and the money, the family money part. So you don't go to the court website, but you go through a website that is called New Jersey Child Support.gov or .org. So I don't remember. You'll figure it out. So it's a website and you'll make your request then. At that point will be the probation office to create a motion against you guys. So probably ask the judge just to validate this. They will run the numbers, then will ask your information, they will subpoena the other person their information, and they will put the numbers together. But this only if it's inside New Jersey. If they're in another state, you can still do through New Jersey probation office, and they will advise you if they can do and enforce this right, or then you need to do something else. So again, so you did this only if New Jersey state cannot help you directly. Then there is a certification, Form D, certification of file of services. This is actually the last form that you fill, because you can fill this form only when you are actually mailed the stuff. So this is to tell the judge and the court, probably this is the only form that you don't need to send to the other party, saying, hey, I served this person by served means I notified the person, because you cannot start a lawsuit without telling another person, hey, I filed a new lawsuit, because it's like ambushing them. They need to prepare their defense. This is a due process. When you mail the two copies, it's explained here how, to the other party, then you fill how do you mail the certified mail numbers, and you sign and you declare in blood with you swear, you make a note that you have sent all the information that you are required to send to the other person. Here is a notice to litigant. Is some statement, some information that you are obliged to tell to the other person some information that you need to do. You sign and you inform which court you have filed the motion. Make sure, so when you, let me clarify where you file the motion, because New Jersey there are many counties. Each county or some counties have superior court. Divorce and family stuff are handled in the superior court, as opposed like the court in your township where you go to, to defend your ticket, traffic tickets. So you go to a county court that is a superior court, and if you live in the same county, okay, you go to that county's court. If you are divorcing and the other person, you separated and move to another county, you need to file the motion not in your county, but in county of the defendant, of the other person. So if you file, you start everything, you file, you go to the superior court of the county where your wife lives or your husband lives. If they file, they need to file in the court on your side. Once the divorce is already started, finalized, there is a court that already have the file. Now you move around New Jersey anyway. Normally you do the motion to the court that have the information on your divorce. In New Jersey, this material will be sent to the Trenton anyway, so the Supreme Court or the Appellate Court have every recording after some times, not immediate, but after some time. So you send this motion, this form, to the other party. Of course, a copy of this goes to the court to make sure to tell the court that you complied with that. Then a statement to probation county. So you give your information to the probation office. If there is any financial change that you need to do, you involve the probation division, not department, division, the probation division, which is the office for the custody and on financial family matter, and you give all this information. Okay, this is confidential stuff, so probably you don't need to send this to the other party. So you just attach this to the court filing, and then there is a letter to clerk. This is actually goes on the top. So the copy that you send to court, this is the first page of the the parcel. If you send to the other party, to your wife, the Form A is the first page of or a cover letter is the first page of the parcel. So this is a letter to the clerk. Say, what does it say? I forgot. Okay, this is my name. This is the docket number, the case. Okay, I enclose an original and one copy of notice of motion and certification in support of a motion, as well original 2 copies of the proposed order submitted by me to the above. So it's it's a cover letter that you give to the court. And more important, I also include the $50 check or money order payable to the so the money is the first thing that you need to. Then acknowledge of personal service. If for some reason you're allowed to approach this person, because if there is a restraining order, you can't. So if you go by personal service, So this, your ex need to sign this paper and give it back. So I'm not familiar with this because I don't do this. I serve by mail. But if you can give something, or you want to use a different, there are some paid for service. Some you can do through the sheriff of your county, or you can do private agency that take this stuff here and bring it to your ex or to your wife. They will also need to have this form signed by the other party. So this is how you make a motion. These are the forms that you need to fill. Again, a couple of forms are not needed. It depends on what you are asking for or how you serve the person. You need to attach to this form also some information like the confidential information statement only to the court. So it's like your social security number, your driving license number, your, if you have a profession that you have a license, like you are a nurse or something, also that number need to be provided there. If you're an attorney, your registration you put there. Why? Because if you do something wrong, then the court will suspend your licenses, which a little bit easier, because if you're not paying, then they take you from the possibility of earning money. And so it's a little bit controversial, but I think that they do in a fair way. So if it's something that you're not doing something like not giving money, I don't think that they will take the possibility to earn money that will impact the other person anyway. So, and also if there is something, then another information is the case information statement, that is all the information, financial information for you. This is typically if there are money involved, which most of the time there are. If it's only, for example, about visitation, then you don't need to provide the financial information to the court. And if you do provide financial information, because you are talking about money, for example, reimbursement, medical expenses, or other kind of child support changes, then you also need to include your W2, tax return, the last 3 payment statements, salary statements, all this information. That's why this stuff becomes so thick. And also, you need to attach the, let's say, the order that are in place. For example, if there is a court order and you attach the divorce, sometimes you make reference to divorce. If you, for example, in your certification in support of a motion, what you explain the situation, you say, because in the divorce decree we agreed to this. If you need to refer that, you need to attach a copy to this stuff here, because so as an exhibit, as a proof and evidence, so the judge can go back and check. They have the paperwork, but they want you to make a copy here, so everything is put together. They can check, okay, you agree on this, so she's not doing or he's not doing, so you asking for this, I will enforce this kind of agreement, or I will decide that this is not doable. They do that. So there is a lot of stuff that you may want to attach here. For in my case, I had a little bit complicated tax return last few years for some reason, and so it is half of this is my tax return, but other than that, I mean, and the old, and because I was making reference to the divorce decree, so I also have a copy of divorce decree. That's why it's thick, and it's not just the forms themselves. So this is the situation. It's very easy. Form A through H, and make sure that 2 copies go to the other, your ex, the person that you are running the motion to, and 1 copy with double extra copy go to the court. You provided to the court everything. In particular, again, I want to remember there is a, let's see, where is the letter to the clerk? So I'm giving you 1 original and 1 copy of the notice of motion and certification in support of motion. Why? They will keep the original and they will stamp the copy and give it back to you as a receipt and a date that you filed. And the original and 2 copies of proposed order. So 3 copies of the Form C, and then 1 copy of everything else, okay, to the court. So you make sure that you have all this. This is a motion. So this is what to say. What's the take home? This is quite complicated. If you do through lawyer, you spend $7,000. So if you are in a situation that your ex owes you money, if it's $500, probably you don't want to go through this. If you also need a lawyer and they owe you $6,000, say you anticipate to pay a lawyer $7,000, say, okay, that is not worth. But for $6,000, even for $3,000, even for $1,500, I will spend like 6-7 hours, scatter in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks to prepare this motion, and then $50 then I pay to the court. I will spend this money to get my right enforced, and I will have $1,500, because if your children are also young possibly, and your wife owes you $1,500, another year she will owe you another $1,500, and then if you don't do nothing about it, you don't do anything about it, they will stop paying and respect you altogether. So it's better that when, not for the first $200 or $500, but once things get accumulating and she owes on top a cruise, and things add up more and more, then you say, okay, let's give her a lesson, not because you want to backstab, because it's your right, and especially when it's child support or something about the children. Remember, it's not about you. It's not that you feel selfish to do this stuff, because the children, if you have $1,000, $2,000 more, you can buy them, a bicycle, or take them to a nice place. It's something that you do for the children. You buy your gears for their sport activity or karate, or you don't spoil the children, but you can buy the ticket for that football or baseball game that is a little bit expensive, or their concert. So it's something that you do for your children without spoiling them, but something that you have more for them. Or you buy organic stuff instead of regular stuff. So, if for $400, $500, probably I would spend the effort, but if start becoming or beyond the thousands of dollars, $1,000, yeah, be confident, have some dignity, and do the job, defend yourself. Even if you say, okay, I'm selfish. No, you're not selfish. It's just you need to teach other people how to treat you. And so your wife mistreated you during the marriage. Now because you are divorced, you have a very easy way to make her treat you with decency and with fairness. Okay, so again, my name is Coach Franco. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't come here in capacity of lawyer. This is not legal advice, but I'll help you to handle your divorce in a way that is not a source of anxiety. It will be easier. It will be something that you will smile about after you get out. Okay, now I have my life back again. Not like, oh my God, I'm divorced, I'm broke, she took everything and she keeps disrespecting me. No. You'll get out of the divorce that you'll be much happier and not sad. See, this stuff makes me mad when men and people have a bad marriage and then they divorce and they feel sad. No. You will be happy like I am. New relationship, new life. You will have eventually also the full custody or a good custody arrangement of your children. You will not be separated from your children. You will be much happier. Don't delay what it needs to be done. If you are going through the miserable marriage, a marriage that you feel disrespect, but you cannot point a finger on, let's talk, and I'll tell you if it's the case of divorce. Probably it is. If not, we'll figure out how to turn a thing around, and if it's possible to make that marriage a marriage that is worth saving. But if it's not, because you are with the wrong person, let's do it easy. Don't spend $35,000 with lawyer, $50,000 with lawyers. We'll make it work much easier than that. Okay? I wish you all the best. You got this.